Hello, everybody. If you'd like to sit down, but of course, I'm very happy for anyone who wants to continue bidding or in the raffle, because that's the reason we're all here, of course, is to raise as much money for MCC's Ukraine emergency response. But for those who want to come and have a seat, and the proceedings will start to begin. So my name's Callum Morrison. I'm the person who, I guess you'd call myself an organizer. About a week ago, I was looking at what was happening in Ukraine. I have a very good friend there, and I traveled to Ukraine in 2019. I went to a few cities such as Lviv and Odessa and a few villages. I lived with I stayed with local people. I had Christmas dinner with them. I sang with them. And it was a lovely, beautiful country. My heart sank when I woke up on the morning of the 24th. I had messages from my friends in Ukraine. I had messages from my friends in Russia. All were shocked. No one could believe what had happened. And from that day forward, thousands of lives have changed. Thousands of lives have ended. And millions of dreams have been shattered. So that's why I wanted to put this event on tonight. Not only so that we could raise money for the humanitarian efforts in Ukraine, but so that we could support our local Ukrainian community, support my friends in Ukraine, so that they know that I will not just stand and do nothing. And by turning up here, you are telling our local Ukrainians that they are not forgotten. So please give generously. MCC has a long history in Ukraine, and currently they're working on an emergency response, particularly working on things such as getting food out there, blankets, and other sort of emergency housing, but things will change if the country stabilizes in the future. So if you have one of these programs, you'll see that there's information of the different ways that we can donate tonight. So perhaps one of the most easily is to scan these QR codes. And they will take you directly to our page that we've set up with the Mennonite Central Committee, where you can make donations directly to them, and then you'll be provided with a tax receipt. The other option is you can write a check, and you would make it out to MCC, and then in the memo line you would write Ukraine Emergency Response. And of course, please all take part in our silent auction and our raffle so that we can raise as much money for this, this important cause. So this evening, we're going to have a number of speakers from all three levels of the Canadian government. We'll be hearing from the Lieutenant Governor of the province, and most importantly, we'll be hearing from the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, as well as my friend Anton, who is currently guarding a bridge in Ukraine. So thank you very much. And now the Ukrainian national anthem will be sung. Please stand for the Ukrainian national anthem. Ukraine has not yet died, nor her glory, nor her freedom upon us, fellow Ukrainians. Fate shall smile once more. Our enemies will vanish like the dew in the sun, and we we too shall rule, brothers, in a free land of our own souls and bodies will lay down all for our freedom, and will show that we, brothers, are of the Cossack nation. You may all be seated. I will now read a message that has been sent to us from Her Honour, the Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba. The crisis in Ukraine continues to cause great concern around the world, both for the shocking assault on a sovereign nation and the heartbreaking impact on the millions of innocent Ukrainian people forced to leave their homes and country to escape the ravages of war. As we all hope for an expedient resolution to the conflict, it is heartwarming to see the Mennonite Central Committee, MCC, Ukraine Emergency Response, along with so many Manitobans, stepping up to help those in dire need at this time. The kindness and generosity of your community in coming together to help fellow human beings whose lives have been torn apart thousands of miles away speaks volumes, and your shared sense of decency and humanitarianism. Your community effort is a wonderful reminder that despite the horrors of war, there is still abundant goodness in the world. When people like yourselves are so willing to lend a collective helping hand to strangers in need, it is more than an expression of charity. It is a noble statement about who we are and the values we hold dear as Manitobans. As the Queen's representative in Manitoba, I commend MCC for your organization's ongoing good works around the globe, especially your dedicated efforts on behalf of the Ukrainian people at this terrible time. Today's fundraising event, made possible by supporters, strength of faith, outstanding volunteerism, and remarkable community spirit, is already a success for the outpouring of love and shared humanity that inspired it. I join you all in the unwavering hope that peace will prevail. I would now like to invite to the stage our representative from the Ukrainian Canadian Congress.
Hello, everyone. And first of all, I am the Ukrainian. I'm that Ukrainian that is alive, that is real, who arrived to Canada just about 6 years ago. And I will tell you more. I was born in the Zaporizhia region. Those of you that know history of Mennonites and settlement of Mennonites in Zaporizhia region, which is Molochna, Hortitsa. So those are the places I was doing archaeology there. I was growing up there. So this is my native city. And when I arrived to Canada and I discovered that so many Mennonites here, they arrived from the same area. So from day one here, once I took this first breath here in Manitoba, I realized that this is my home. I have people that are amazing here, that surround me, that help me to be strong, even knowing that as you can see, I'm a small girl, I'm a short girl, but it doesn't mean that I'm weak, right? It means that I'm concentrated. The same we can say about Ukraine. Ukraine is small compared to Russia, but what we can see, it's not weak. Ukraine is not weak. Ukraine is concentrated. And I will tell you more. My mom, she doesn't want to come to Canada. She doesn't want to evacuate from Ukraine because she truly believes in our army, in our forces, in my friends. Believe me, I have hundreds of my best friends. They're fighting in territorial defense, in forces, or being paramedics. They are there. I know those people. I was growing up with them. They are leading other people. They are leading people that are fighting for my Ukraine, for our Ukraine, for the country of my son. I'm the mother of Ukrainian as well. So, and knowing all of these and seeing this huge support from every single corner I go around, and not just me, all of us Ukrainians. So it makes us feel that we're not alone, we're not small, we're not little people here in this world. We're people that the whole world came together to help. But actually, I'm here to say that I'm Ukrainian, I'm the Ukrainian, but here I am with the mission. So I'm here to speak on behalf of Ukrainian Canadian Congress, and I'm the member of this organization, of the few of the committees, and I really want to express my wow, my thank you, and my amusement of seeing everything that you put together, and Callum, so I can truly call him my friend, because everyone who helps Ukraine helps me, helps my country, my mom, and all my friends. So thank you, everyone. So I can personally call everyone friends here because you are here. You're supporting us, you are supporting Ukraine. And believe me, what you do today, tonight, you're making a difference. It's hard to believe, staying here in Canada, in quiet country that never saw the war, but all of us, we're making the difference. Because when we come together and what we do, when we collect money, when we support Ukraine, when we send humanitarian aid and so on, we make a difference. Every single minute in Ukraine is a huge difference. Believe me, I'm sending personally humanitarian help, medical supplies as well. So the plans are changing every 10 minutes. This time we sent to one region. 10 minutes later, no, we need another region because they're short in medical supplies. Every single minute we spend here, we're making a difference for Ukraine. Thank you about this, and thank you for this. Thank you for being our friends. And also, I just have a few words that Ukrainian Canadian Congress, so what we do right now, so we launched the new website for Ukrainians that are actually arriving to Canada, so where they can find the information, okay, where to find the job and what is the rules of Canadian work ethic and so on, how to be successful, because they don't have anything at all. Believe me, other part of my friends, female friends, they left Ukraine because they are refugees now. So all of them, they are calling me, asking, Evgenia, can you help us? Can we get to Canada from Poland, from other countries, from Romania and from Moldova and so on. And it's really heartbreaking to get all those messages. Those people need medical supplies, they are fighting, losing lives. Those people are searching for a new home, for new hope. And that's why we came together as Ukrainians. And what we can see, the whole world came together. And now the whole world knows what blue and yellow means. It means braveness, it means strong people, brave people, and it means the country that will never give up. Thank you so much for your support, for every single dollar you live here, but the most important, thank you for your big hearts. That is the most important. Thank you so much on behalf of Ukrainian Canadian Congress. And personally me, Evgenia the Ukrainian. Thank you.
I remember tears streaming down I'd never let you go. When all those shadows almost killed your light, I remember you said, don't leave me here alone. But all that's dead and gone and past tonight. Just close your eyes, the sun is going down. You'll be alright, no one can hurt you now. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound. Don't you dare look out your window, darling, everything's on fire. The war outside our door keeps raging on. Hold on to this lullaby, even when the music's gone, gone. Just close your eyes, the sun is going down. You'll be alright, no one can hurt you now. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound. Ooh, just close your eyes. You'll be alright. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound.
Good evening, Mr. Gunter, Mayor Friesen, Deputy Mayor Siemens, and Reeve Weeb, and guests, and of course Callum Morrison, the great organizer of this. My name is Deborah Giblin, and I am here on behalf of the Honourable Candace Bergen, Leader of the Conservative Party of Canada and the official opposition. She is your Member of Parliament. Thank you for the invitation to participate this evening. Unfortunately, Ms. Bergen is not able to be with us this evening, but she wanted to share the following message. I want to thank the Exchange for hosting the wonderful event. To everyone who made this event possible, thank you. Your help is critical and will be much appreciated by those whose lives have been upended by this horrific conflict. Every day we are witnesses to the strength and the defiance of Ukrainians standing up for their freedom, their independence, and their sovereignty. Canada has the largest number of people of Ukraine descent outside of Ukraine and Russia. For a century, they have enriched our communities and our culture, especially here in Manitoba. We should all be proud of Canada's strong bond with the Ukrainian people, and I know that because of your help and the help of all Canadians, Ukraine will once again be free and sovereign. On my own personal note, as one of Candace's staff members, I would like you to know that we are extending our assistance with anything that you are needing when it comes to the immigration process. I know some of you have friends and relatives that are trying to come here, and the process is crazy. I know it, okay? And I apologize for that. I can't do anything about that, but I can help you the best I can. If you're having problems and you're not getting answers from IRCC or any of the other agencies that are involved, please don't hesitate to call Candace's office, okay? Again, thank you to everyone who made this event possible. Slava Ukraini. I hope I said that right. Glory to the heroes. Thank you. Glory to the heroes. Thank you.
We are now going to listen to You Raise Me Up and Thousand Winds, performed by Saloa Kim, our grade 5 violinist. Thank you very much for that, Saloa. Isn't she very talented? We will now hear from our local MLA, Josh Ginter.
Thank you, Callum, for your work in organizing this important event, and it's good to be here with all of you. I do want to thank as well the Siege Church community for hosting this event tonight and for your support, as well as our local business community for your support for this worthy cause. Of course, we've all been moved by the reports and the news reports and the images coming out of Ukraine in recent weeks, and I know for myself, I feel it's above comprehension at points to think that, I thought we were past this, but of course, here we are with a war of aggression put on by Vladimir Putin, targeting the Ukrainian people. And so obviously it's heartbreaking to see the anguish and the suffering of the Ukrainian people, and but I feel that we're also inspired by some of the things we've seen. I think of the Ukrainian farmers using their tractors to tow away Russian tanks. I think of the Klitschko brothers, world famous boxers who have the means to leave, could have left, but they've chosen to put their lives on the line and stay and fight. And so that's so profound. And let me say as well, your name escapes me, but I was very touched by your words as well. The lady from the Ukrainian Canadian Congress. So thank you for that. To me, in all of this, one thing is very clear, and that is that Ukraine is sovereign, and Ukraine has the right to determine her own destiny. And so it's touching, obviously, to see the Ukrainian people fight for their families, their freedom, and for all that they love and hold dear, but we need to help them. And so that's why we're here tonight, and I thank all of you for coming out. I want you to know that the Manitoba government stands ready to accept refugees as they come. We understand that right now, with the way things are, it looks like Europe is absorbing many of the refugees. Obviously, we're seeing over 3 million now, I believe, that have been forced to leave Ukraine. And so it's absolutely significant, just a massive humanitarian effort. And so obviously, Canada is going to be accepting refugees, and some of these decisions are left to the federal government. But as they make these decisions, the government of Manitoba is already preparing. There's a steering committee that's been set up within government to begin preparations. That's underway. We've committed already $650,000 to the Manitoba chapter of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, and we know that there's more to come. We've also waived the, now refugees don't have to pay the $500 fee through the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, but those who are coming perhaps through those streams, we've waived the fee for those folks. We've also set up a website, and this is for Manitobans who are looking to provide support. Of course, as these refugees begin to arrive here, they're going to be looking at things like housing and food and the necessities of life. And so we've set up a website, Manitoba for Ukraine.ca. So that's Manitoba, the number 4, Ukraine.ca. And so we're going to begin or continue to build that website and flesh out ways that Manitobans can support. But just wanted to provide you with that information, and it's an honor to be here and to stand in solidarity with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for those words of support, Josh. So I will now be singing The Green Fields of France. I chose this song because it's written about someone who's going for a walk through the green fields of France, which is littered with many grave sites from World War I. I've been to the battlefields of Belgium twice and France, And this is about a man who sits down by a grave and is just wondering, who were you? Why are you here? Say, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while near the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done. Well, I see by your gravestone you are only 19 when you joined the great fallen in 1916. Well, I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. Or young Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they play the five lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Did you leave your wife or your sweetheart behind? In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. Although you died back in 1916, in that faithful heart you forever 19. Or are you a stranger without even a name, enclosed there forever behind a glass frame, in an old photograph, torn, battered and stained, and faded to yellow in a brown leather frame? Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they play the five lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? The sun, now it shines on the green fields of France. There's a warm summer breeze makes the red poppies dance. And see how the sun shines from under the clouds. There's no gas, no barbed wire, there's no gun firing now. But here in this graveyard, it's still no man's land. The countless white crosses lie mute as they stand. To a man's blind indifference to his fellow man, to a whole generation that were butchered and damned. Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they play the five lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Young Willie McBride, I can't help wonder why. Do those men who lie here really know why they died? And did they believe when they answered the call? Did they really believe that this war would end war? For the sorrow, the suffering, the glory, the pain, the killing and dying, it all happened again. And again 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 and again. Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they play the five lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? That concludes the first part of our concert, but now we get on to the most important part. During this intermission, there's some coffee and donuts and other confectionery items. Those are going to be by donation. And also, please take part in our silent auction. If you look at the insert that was inside all of your programs, you can see the generous local businesses, local artists and bakers who have contributed to this event. And we have some great items, and we need to raise as much money as possible, so give generously. And of course, if we look in the programs, if you haven't got one, there's ones in the front which have these QR codes where you can scan and you can pay directly to MCC. But of course, checks are welcome as well. So please give generously, and we'll meet back here in about 15 minutes. So please go and bid. Thank you very much. I just want everyone to know you're welcome to get up and be through there if you want. We also have a little seated area where you could go and drink coffee and have some donuts at any time during this evening. And I also want people watching online to know that you can still bid on many of the auction items, which are will be updated in real time with what is happening here as well. So you can take part in our auction, and you can also donate to our cause, which is periodically being put up in the screen behind you. So if you're watching at home, pause it, see what's happening, and you can also make out a check directly to MCC within the other line saying Ukraine emergency response, and that will get to where it needs to go. So our first act in the second half of our concert is going to be performing Blowing in the Wind and The Cruel War, performed by Manny Arulio, vocalist and guitar player, all the way from Winnipeg. Thank you very much.
I am Manny Arulio. I'm Filipino. I'm Canadian citizen. I'm Ukrainian in spirit. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she slips in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever end? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many years must a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? And how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Thank you. You know, we cannot rely on the word and that the answer is blowing in the wind. The answer is now, what we're doing now. That's the answer. To stop the war, to end the war in Ukraine. The cruel war. So, my next song is about the cruel war. A Peter, Paul, and Mary song. The cruel war is raging. Johnny has to fight. I want to be with him from morning till night. I want to be with him. It grieves my heart so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. Tomorrow is Sunday. Monday is the day that your captain will call you, and you must obey. Your captain will call you. It grieves my heart so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. I'll tie back my hair, men's clothing I'll put on. I'll pass as your comrade as we march along. I'll pass as your comrade. No one will ever know. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. Oh Johnny, I fear you are unkind. I love you far better than all of mankind. I love you far better than words can ever express. Won't you let me go with you? Yes, my love, yes. Into battle, she never left her side till the bullet struck her and love was denied. A bullet shell struck her. Tears came to Johnny's eyes as he knelt down beside her, and she silently died. Cruel war is raging. Johnny has to fight. I want to be with him from morning till night. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Really, thank you, because without all of our performers, it would have just been a few hours of listening to me. So, so now we'll hear a few words from our from the Mayor of Altona, Al Friesen.
Thank you, Callum. Manny, I agree. Tonight we are all Ukrainians in spirit. Well said. It's a great deal of pleasure to be here on behalf of Altona Town Council. Thank you for the invitation to be a part of this important evening. We've been impacted by the horrific images that have come from afar, and half a world away, and yet it would seem they're not that far. Whether it's your friend Callum, who is guarding a bridge in Ukraine, whether it's Elmer's Manufacturing that is partnering with the farmers of Ukraine to help them put their crops in, not necessarily tow tanks, but they're involved with the farmers in Ukraine. Whether it's Andriana Chuchman, who's an opera singer with ties to Altona, married to Adam Hildebrandt, who grew up here and has family in Ukraine. Or whether it's simply the taxi driver that drove me around in Edmonton last weekend. The world, despite the fact that it's 7 time zones away, is really not that far away. And so thank you to the artists, the musicians, and the bakers for saying yes to the invitation to be involved tonight. And as someone said earlier, please be generous. Thanks for your big heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those words, Mayoral. We will now be hearing, there'll be a slight change to our program as Nolan Keeler is not coming tonight. So we will now be listening to Imagine and The General, performed by Michael Luptak, vocalist and also on the guitar, Kevin Neufeld on the djembe, Nolan Hildebrandt on brass, and Nancy Neufeld on the keyboard. Thank you very much.
Right. We'll do the general first, yeah. All right, it's good to see you guys today. Our first song is called The General. It's an anti-war song. It was actually written for a different war than this one that we're seeing right now. It's about a successful, revered general who sees his troops as too young to be fighting, and he sends them home. They had too much potential. I think of the dissent among the ranks in Russia, showing up in protests in St. Petersburg last night, captured Russian soldiers, young kids phoning their moms on cell phones, and then Ukraine appealing to those soldiers to leave Russia in exchange for amnesty. So that made me really think of this song. So we had 3 days to learn it, so we just went for it, eh, guys?
Have you broke a string yet?
No broken strings yet. They played it off so well, though. It was like better than any entertainment you might want, anyway. Okay. All right, here we go. The General. Was a decorated general with a heart of gold that likened him to all the stories he told. A past battles won and lost in legends of old. A seasoned veteran in his own time. On the battlefield he gained respectful fame with many medals of bravery and stripes to his name. He grew a beard as soon as he could to cover the scars on his face, and always urged his men on. But on the eve of the great battle with the infantry and train, the old general tossed in sleep and wrestled with its meaning. He woke from the sleep to see what he had seen, and walked slowly out of his tent. And all the men stood tall with their chests in the air, with the courage in their blood and a fire in their stare. And there was a gray morning, they all wondered how they would fare, until the general told them to go home. He said, I have seen the others, and I have discovered that this fight is not worth fighting. No, I have seen their mothers, and I will no other to follow me where I'm going. So take a shower and shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You're a young man, you must be living. No, take a shower and shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You're a young man, you must be living. Go now, you are forgiven. Now you are forgiven. Go now, you are forgiven. Go now, you are forgiven. Oh, go now, you are forgiven. Go now, you are forgiven. Go now, you are forgiven. Oh, so take a shower and shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You're a young man, you must be living. Go now, you are forgiven. 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 Oh. Go now, you are forgiven. Go now, you are forgiven. Go now, you are forgiven. No. All right, thank you so much. This is crazy. I'm so happy to see everybody out here for Ukraine and just helping out a country that desperately needs our help. My Bob and Gigi came over to Thunder Bay when they were just kids, so I have half of my side is Ukrainian actually. But the ties are sort of more metaphorical and more just thinking about, I mean, basically since they came over, it's been more of like all the traditional elements get brought into all the meals and everything like that. And you just think about the amount of love that they've had for me and the amount of love that other relatives would have for them, and just a whole country of people kind of like that. And that's kind of what I imagine. And I imagine that's kind of what we're fighting for and hoping for and fundraising for and trying to help. So this next song is Imagine by John Lennon. So thanks, Nancy, for joining us. Get us started here. Go for it. Give me one for free. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You
join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Awesome, thank you. All right, you guys are awesome, thank you.
Wow, wasn't that fantastic? So now we're going to hear a message from a very good friend of mine who's in Ukraine. He grew up in the Donbass region, which I'm sure you all know has been at war now for a very long time. Thousands of people have died, many have been displaced, even before this recent invasion. I have been friends with Anton for many years. He's been my pen pal. Initially, there was actually a time when I actually wanted to learn Ukrainian and Russian. I learned the alphabet, a few of the foods, and I kind of realized I just enjoyed speaking to him in English. Yeah, I just wanted to be friends. And so anyway, I went out and visited him, and we had a great time. We went to some great bars together. We sang on the street. We met many local people. He gave me a tour of Lviv. And anyway, this is a video that he has prepared from us. And I think it says all that needs to be said.
Hi, my name is Anton. I'm 23 years old and I live in Ukraine. I grew up in the Donbass region, which has been at war since 2014. This war displaced many people who had to relocate to other parts of our country. A lot of people were killed, a lot of people were tortured by Russians, simply because they support Ukraine and didn't want Ukraine to be a part of Russia. I was a teenager back then, and even though I remember being beaten because I was pro-Ukrainian, I was beaten by Russian soldiers. Then I moved to Lviv and I studied here and became a software engineer. But 3 weeks ago, the lives of all Ukrainians turned upside down. Our country was invaded once again, and Russian military caused thousands of deaths and millions to be displaced. People live in fear for themselves, in fear for their loved ones, because Russian soldiers committing a lot of war crimes. They killing a lot of innocent people without any reason. They don't say what they want, but we understand they want to destroy us. They want to destroy our culture, our dignity, our nation, and That's what they're doing in this war. Imagine people staying in a line to the grocery store, and for no reason, then some people shot them with a rifle, with guns, for no reason. And that's what happened in Chernihiv today. Imagine just driving to the next village and being smashed deliberately by the tank which was passing by. This is terrible. Not even saying about Mariupol, which is right now in siege and surrounded by a Russian army, and no civilians were allowed to leave the city before yesterday, and there are thousands of people died. Almost all of the buildings in the city are damaged or destroyed. Of course, a lot of people in Ukraine are doing the best they can to help. A lot of people join army, join defense forces. A lot of people volunteering and helping refugees. I'm also trying to be helpful, and I garden the local bridge in our village where I live. And we also need the support from other countries. We will defend our land and our culture, but what we really need is we desperately need aid from countries like Canada, so we can protect ourselves and help to take care of the wounded, homeless and displaced. Thank you for raising money, and thank you for the help to those people who are affected by this war. Please continue and stand with Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!
Thank you very much, Anton. I don't know if he's watching it this second, but he will be watching the recording. It's the middle of the night there. But let's just give another round of applause for the people. Yeah. Yeah. It's, of course, Ukraine has an army and police and such, but it's the everyday Ukrainians who are taking up important duties, whether that be in the defense force or whether that be as doctors, paramedics, everything that it takes to support the country. So most of these people are everyday people like you and me, who their lives changed in an instant and they had to change accordingly. We've got my friend, software engineer, now he's gardening a bridge. Now, this is just over, 3 weeks now? Imagine 3 weeks' time you're doing that. No warning, happens. Lives change in an instant. So now we're going to move on to hearing from Wanda Friesen and Connie Hepner-Müller, who will be singing One Voice and The Sun Will Rise.
Hello. While they're setting up here, I'd just like to introduce you to the song that we're going to sing. This song is called One Voice, and you may have heard it before. It speaks to us all being our own voices and making a choice, and then adding 2 and 3 or more voices till we become a whole lot of people working together as one, helping each other to make it through. I believe we are called to love, so what does love look like? I'll leave you with a quote. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will have peace. Jimi Hendrix. And if you know this song, why don't you please sing along with us? It has harmonies, so just figure it out.
Check.
And this is my husband, Kurt. He's also helping us. We couldn't do this without him. This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice, the sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too. The sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. Please join us. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind and we'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the next song we're going to do is a song of hope. It's a reminder that there is hope as sure as the sun will rise each and every morning, giving us a spectacular view of color to be in awe of, and reminding us it's a new day, inviting us to start over. Please join if you also know this song. The sun will rise, the sun will rise, bringing light to the earth.
The sun will rise. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down. The sun will rise, the sun will rise, bringing light to the earth as it springs from the ground. The sun will rise, the sun will rise. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down. The sun will rise, the sun will rise, bringing light to the earth as it springs from the ground. The sun will rise, the sun will rise. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down. Won't you dry all your tears? Lay your burdens down.
Thank you very much, Wanda, Connie, and Kurt. I think that song, The Sun Will Rise, is a very appropriate song for us to sing. Ukraine is going through one of the darkest times of its history, but Ukrainians are strong people. They're fighting for their land, their very existence, and as long as the world stands by them, we assist them, their strength will prevail, and the sun will rise for Ukraine. We will now hear from Emily Hildebrandt, vocalist, and Lauren Hebert on keyboard, performing I'll Never Love Again and the Gospel of Grace.
Check. Great. Hi, I'm Emily. I grew up in Altona. Now I live in Morden. So if you're wondering who I am, and if you don't recognize me, that might be why. But a lot of you might know my mom, Elaine Hildebrand, Elaine Burton-Sadahl. She works in Winkler for PV Lip and stuff like that. Now I talked, and now I'll sing. Wish I could have said goodbye. I would have said what I wanted to, maybe even cried for you. If I knew first met, I never thought that I would fall. I never thought that I'd find myself lying in your arms. And I want to pretend that it's not true. Oh, baby, that you're gone. 'Cause my world keeps turning and turning and turning. And I'm not moving on. Don't want to feel another touch. Don't want to start another fire. Don't want to know another kiss. No other name falling off my lips. Don't want to give my heart away to another stranger. Won't let another day begin. Won't even let the sunlight in. No, I'll never love. I don't want to know this feeling unless it's you and me. I don't want to waste a moment. Ooh. And I don't want to give somebody else the better part of me. I would rather wait for you. Ooh. Don't want to feel another touch. Don't want to start another fire. Don't want to know another kiss. Baby, unless they are your lips. Don't want to give my heart away to another stranger. Won't let another day begin. Won't even let the sunlight in. No, I'll never love again. Love again. No, I'll never love again. I'll never love again. I won't, I swear I can't. I wish I could, but I just won't. I'll never love again. I'll never love again. here below. My Savior died for you and me, I'm newborn again. Been a long time talking about my trials here below. I know my Lord has set me free, I'm newborn again. Been a long time talking about my trials here below. Free grace, free grace, free grace, sinner. Free grace, I'm newborn again. So glad I'm newborn again. Been a long time talking about my trials here below. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. I'm newborn again. I'm newborn again.
Thank you so much. We have a lot of talent in this community. So that concludes our second half of our program. We're now going to have a second intermission. And in 15 minutes at 9:15, we're going to call the silent auction, and we're also going to call the raffle. So get your bids in, and hopefully we can raise quite a lot. And that goes to you too watching online. You'll see periodically the information of how to do that, make bids online, and give donations directly. So still plenty cups of coffee out there, still plenty donuts. Sit around, and then after the intermission, we'll hear from an amazing jazz band, which I'm sure many of you would have heard as we wandered in. And I think it's important for us to end on a lighter note with the jazz band, because as I said before, if we are all strong and we help Ukraine and the Ukrainian people continue their resistance, there is a bright future ahead of us. Hello, everyone. I think we're all anxious to find out if we've won anything in the raffle. So we're going to bring up the items one by one and call them out. We'll try and make it as quick as we can. And then we get to hear a wonderful performance from the River City Syncopators. So that is going to be fantastic. And you can stay as long as you want. They're going to be playing as long as they want to play. And we still have plenty of coffee and donuts. So, but we're going to call the raffle so you can go home if you need to. I believe they're just getting ready to bring it over. But yeah. Fantastic. Here they come. What's this one for, Laura? Earrings. Okay. So shall I just stick my hand in here? Okay, it says Sarah Wow. I'm very sorry. I'm not good with Mennonite names. It's 5884684. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's my reading problem. I know this person very well. That is embarrassing, but that's my problem. Love wins soap. So the winning number is 5884591. Fantastic. What's this one? Oh, a lovely towel donated by Keystone Cat. Okay. So it is the lucky winner, 5584671. 467. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Do we find that one? Okay, well, I'll leave it on top. Colin Tainer. Oh no, wait, is that the company on the back? 2406125. Hey! Winkler Chamber of Commerce basket. So a lovely hoodie, a lovely t-shirt, and 2 local businesses vouchers for $50. Lucky number 2406001. Soap Fruit Explosion. Sorry. 5884666. Hey! AGT jacket. 2406112. The Winkler. Thank you. Sorry. So we're still looking for the AGT jacket winner. 2406112. Is there a name on the back? Just the company name. We'll just leave it on top of here. Yeah. There.
We had some oopses, so you might have to do a
okay. There's only one other one. So if you put your name in here, it's you. 5884611. No one wants this? Hey! Friesen's gift basket. 2406062. I should also add, Friesen's Corporation is also matching donations up to the value of $1,500. Along with N's quality seeds. Okay. Miscellaneous soap. 5884489. Miscellaneous soap. 5884578. Miscellaneous soap, anybody? Miscellaneous soap. There we go. There's your soap. CIBC gift basket. And the lucky number is 5884538. Perfect. Oh, lots in here. And the lucky number is 5884554. 4554. I think I'll just read out the last four numbers. Hey! IGA gift basket. There we go. Yeah. This just shows how much our local businesses care about what's going on. The Great Canadian Dollar Store Basket. Canada Basket. 4634 is the last four numbers. 4634. Oh. Shiny egg. Shiny soap egg. 4587. We got a, hey! Oh, the washcloths and the chocolates. This is a white ticket. Oh, thank you very much. 2406047. White ticket ending in 6047. Hey! The Herdsman House package. Who's going to be staying in the Herdsman House? 2406006. It's a white ticket. Hey! Okay, you want to make sure that guy gets his thing? Okay, you can find it. GG Chemical basket. Ending in 4627. 4627. Hey! If the size is wrong, you can exchange it. Oh, Domino's 4 times oven-baked sandwiches. Let's see who's hungry for some Domino's sandwiches. 4519 blue. Do we have a 4519 blue? Anyone? 4519 blue? Let's draw another one. 4518. Someone really likes Domino's. They put in 2 probably. They're consecutive. 4518 or 4519. There's one more in here. 4491. Come on. 4491. Okay, well, we'll put it down at the moment. First, there's only 3 people in here. Sorry? Okay, we're going to have a race here. First, come forward, get some sandwiches. First child. Come on. First child to come up, get some sandwiches. Run. Whoever's here first. There we go. Oh, kids' books. Oh, for anyone who came running but didn't get the, there's some kids' books at the front that they can have. Oh, I didn't even realize I was holding this. 5 medium 2-topping pizzas from Domino's. And the lucky winner is 4637 Blue. 4637 Blue. Hey! I swear this isn't a plant. He just seems a very lucky guy. A $25 Tober Tales gift certificate. And it's a white ticket, 6118. Hey! Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry, there we go. Okay. So we're going to redraw a few items. We've got this wonderful towel from Keystone Cat. 4592. Do we have a 4592 blue? Yes! So you can have a lovely summer on the beach with this towel. Okay. Yeah, we don't think you're trying to deceive us out of towel. Is there anything else?
No.
Is that it?
I'll just talk.
Okay, good.
Thank you all very much for all your contributions. That's all the raffle items. The silent auction, you know where you bid, so just go and look. If you're the last person on the list, come see us at the table. If you got check or cash, that's great. If you want to pay with credit card, we'll have an iPad loaded up with MCC's website. We'll just watch you put your credit card stuff in, and then you can take your items home. So thank you all very much, and enjoy the job.
And take it away, the River City Syncopators. And remember, coffee is still flowing, donuts still flowing, donations still being accepted. Everyone enjoy your night.
Thank you very much. We're the River City Syncopators, and we're all in from various environs. I think we're from collectively 5 different towns. We congregate in Winnipeg every Sunday night and rehearse, and we're playing exclusively hot jazz music from the 1920s. So that was a tune called Charleston, which was a very big tune in the 1920s. I'm sure you've all seen It's a Wonderful Life, where they do the Charleston in that opening scene in the high school. And next tune is called Hard to Get Gertie. To get Gertie, that hard to get gal, flirty and pretty, but nobody's pal. She's got those kisses that are sweet as honey. She's harder getting than this Scotchman's money. Suffering papa, she's certainly mean. Stingiest mama that I have ever seen. She's just a gal who loves to stall. She may bend, but she won't fall. Hard to get Gertie, that doggone hard to get gal. I think that's the first time we ever finished it all together. So we are actually the River City Syncopators -4 + 3. There's usually 12 of us, and we have a few members missing this evening, and we have a few lovely people filling in. Lord Hebert on the piano. Thank you very much. And Matt, who you already know, on the trumpet. Thank you very much for sitting in. And Bob on the other trumpet, who's also usually not with us, but is joining us for this evening's event. And the rest of us have seen this music before, even though it may not sound like it sometimes. Next thing we're going to do is a little tune called the Whoopee Stomp. Everybody was safe. I should also explain, my name is Jonathan Alexiak. I'm the ringleader of this group. And I do not actually play any of the instruments you see me playing this evening. I'm a piano player. We could not, for love or money, get an alto player who also played clarinet out tonight. And so I went to the attic, and I had these laying around. So I had two... All the squeaks you hear are coming from this chair. Took out the old blue label, blue cover Rubank method for alto sax and clarinet and sat in my kitchen and annoyed my neighbors for a couple days learning these parts. So that was the whoopee stomp, and we're going to turn to a little ditty that I love to sing because I have a sister named Catherine, and she hates this song. So I like to do it for her. It's called I Wish That I Could Shimmy Like My Sister Kate. Now what are all these little black dots? Well, that was from my sister Catherine, who hates that song. And it featured on guitar Dave Quanbury, and on trombone James Willett. We've also been featuring Roxanne Hillman on the tenor saxophone, and Bob Vandenbroek on the trumpet. And in the back, hey, laying it all down, you probably can't see him, but stand up, Jim Johnson on the drums. You'll get your chance back. You'll get your chance. Okay, the next one we're going to do is called Dancing Dan. We've been rehearsing this for weeks. This is actually, it's a good thing Jim has his music because this features drummer Jim Johnston on the opening passage of this, so pay very close attention. Thank you very much. And that did feature Matt Friesen on the trumpet. Finally. Stand up, take a bow. The mellifluous trumpet tones. Matt Friesen, wonderful. I do love this music, and I love playing it, and I love playing alto saxophone and clarinet, neither of which I've seen very much of. But every time we end a tune, I've still got 4 bars to go. And I don't know how that... And I'll save them for next gig, I guess. And thank you to Lauren, you're doing a fantastic job over here, holding us down. As I said, most of us rehearse every Sunday. We get together and we practice these tunes, and we're very assiduous about it. And you've never seen these before in your life. You've never heard these songs. You're doing a fantastic job. I'm delighted. Okay, this was a tune written in 1919, I think, and it's called The Vamp. We're going to take it a little faster than we usually do. Well, that featured just about everybody on the Vamp. Lots of little fills from Jim. And yeah. And I counted that song off way too fast. That's a lot faster than we ever rehearsed it. And I thought it was fine because I don't have very much to do. I have oompa, 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 so I don't have to do very much. And I forgot that before we started this show, I swapped parts with Julie. Because I had the clarinet part, and I said, I can't play this clarinet part, here, you play it. So she's pretty much sight reading her part and nailed it. And Julie Husband on clarinet and alto sax. And poor Roxanne on the end has all those intricate tenor saxophone figures. So I didn't think about that when I was calling off the song. I thought, let's do this fast, it'll be fun. I didn't think about that, but it was wonderful. You absolutely nailed it. Thank you very much. Roxanne on tenor saxophone. I promise not to do that again. Okay. All right, this is a tune called Just the Same, although it is completely different than the last one we just did. So it's not just the same at all. No sad trombone. No rim shots, no sad trombone, no nothing. It's like ask and you shall receive. There it is. This is a big hit for Roger Wolf Kahn. Of course, you all know who Roger Wolf Kahn is. He's the son of shipping magnate Otto Kahn. Yeah, yeah. No relation to Genghis Khan, I don't think. He had an orchestra, and this is one of his tunes called Just the Same. There's a violin solo here. I forgot to mention we couldn't get a violin player either. So you're just going to have to imagine it. If the band was mentioning me that there was a violin player here earlier, we could have drafted, could have just put this in front of it. Everyone else here is sight reading, why not? We're going to close off with a little tune called Harlem's Araby. Harlem's Araby, and this will be our last tune for this evening. Thank you very much for coming out to support such a wonderful cause. And we're proud to be here. We're going to close with Harlem's Araby.